Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the first reports coming out of Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah, and this was just a catastrophic event. Sources are confirming it hit the western side of the island on Tuesday. A Category 5. Unprecedented, really.
Right, a monster storm. So our mission here, for you listening, is to focus on what these initial sources tell us. We're looking at the immediate human cost, the massive logistical problems, and also this kind of unique emotional toll that's emerging.
Exactly. It's an unfolding situation, and these first accounts are critical for understanding those layers.
Okay, so let's start with the immediate impact, the human cost. We know Jamaica's ambassador to the U.S. confirmed fatalities.
Yes, at least 19 people confirmed killed. But, and this is crucial, almost every report we've seen emphasizes that this number, it's really just a starting point.
A baseline, basically.
Absolutely. The toll is expected to rise. The sources are clear. It'll take days, maybe even weeks, to figure out the true scale.
Weeks. Wow. And why is that? Just the sheer destruction.
Partly, yes, but mainly because so many areas are just completely cut off. No power, no phones, roads blocked. Total isolation in some places.
Right. And that leads straight into the logistical nightmare you mentioned. We're seeing reports, especially from near Black River, which was hit very hard.
Yeah, the access problem is huge. It's not just about official aid getting in, though that's tough enough. It's also, ordinary people.
What are they doing?
They're trying to get through. On foot, sometimes. Trying to reach family, friends they haven't heard from, carrying supplies, maybe a satellite phone if they're lucky.
Just imagine that desperation,
Yeah.
trying to get to loved ones you can't contact.
And the conditions are just incredibly difficult. There was one detail, an ambulance. It was seen trying to move through the area,
Yeah.
debris everywhere. It was moving as slowly as someone walking. Think about that, an ambulance.
Wow. That paints a picture if emergency vehicles can't get through.
Exactly. It shows how crippled the infrastructure is.
Yeah.
Aid delivery slows right down. It becomes about, sheer human effort on the ground.
Okay, so that's the immediate chaos, the physical struggle. But now, a few days have passed. Let's shift focus a bit. The sources mentioned something about the emotional state changing.
Yeah, there's this sense that the initial shock, the adrenaline of just surviving, is starting to wear off now.
And reality sets in.
Right. And that reality is grim. People are realizing their homes are gone. Not just damaged, but totally decimated, as one report put it.
That's devastating.
Yeah.
But there was something else, too. Something about mourning nature.
Yes, this was really striking. The local team member was quoted talking about mourning not just the loss of homes, but the beauty of my country.
The beauty of the country itself.
Mm-hmm. It's more than just sadness about property. It's like a blow to their national identity, their sense of place, tied up in the landscape.
And they gave specific examples, didn't they? Something about trees.
Bamboo Avenue, apparently, it was this beautiful, iconic canopied drive.
Was.
Now it's described as shredded, torn apart, just gone.
That's profound. Losing not just your house, but the landmarks, the natural beauty that defines your home. Does that make recovery feel even harder?
I think it has to.
Yeah.
Right now, it feels destabilizing. How do you rebuild when the very landscape you identify with is wounded or even destroyed? They're grieving the land itself.
So amidst all this devastation and grief, what about the response? Are efforts starting to mobilize?
Oh, definitely. The Jamaican military, the JDF, they're heavily involved,
Yeah.
securing areas, starting to clear roads where they can. It's a huge task.
And internationally?
Help is starting to arrive. We know U.S. search and rescue teams are on the ground now, providing humanitarian assistance. That's a sign things are moving towards a more coordinated long-term recovery effort.
Which will obviously be needed.
Absolutely. So, wrapping this up for you, what we're really seeing here is this terrible combination of factors.
Okay.
You've got the immediate and likely rising human toll. Then you have these almost impossible logistical hurdles, making aid delivery incredibly slow and difficult.
Right.
And layered on top of that is this deep emotional wound, people mourning not just what they've lost personally, but the very beauty of their country.
It's a multi-layered crisis.
Yeah.
So the thought we want to leave you with is this. Picture that initial scramble, people desperately trying to reach loved ones, carrying supplies through impassable terrain.
That immediate urgent need.
Yes. And then think about how that intense present moment struggle connects with the longer-term grief, the mourning for a landscape, for natural treasures like Bamboo Avenue that are just gone.
Yeah.
What does rebuilding even mean when part of the soul of the place has been torn away?